I'm going to show you how we're going to do our bar graph, okay? So this is what a bar graph looks like. What are some of the things that you notice about this bar graph? Okay, so there are numbers down the side, aren't there? Okay, and there's a title at the top. Now I called mine Coin Shakes. I was going to name mine Coin Rolls, but I didn't think rolls was appropriate. So I just called it Coin Shakes in the end, because we were just shaking the cup and then releasing the coins, weren't we? Okay. So there's numbers down the side, and there's some blank spaces down the bottom, aren't there? Okay. So first, the numbers on the side, what might that mean? Well, the numbers on the side equals the total of our tally, okay? Total of our coin toss in our tally, or coin shakes, okay? So if we have a look at our results we did before, okay, we had a total of 6 heads and heads. We had a total of 5 tails and tails, and a total of 10 heads and tails, okay? So, these numbers down here are a total of our tallies, okay? So total of our tallies. That's what these numbers represent. Okay. Now, down the bottom we have these blank little spaces down here. Okay. What you need to put in there are these titles up here. Okay. So heads and heads, tails and tails, heads and tails. Okay. Alright, so what you really need is a few different colours. Okay, so I'm going to choose green for my heads. I'm going to do plus heads. Okay, so that's my first one over here. Then I'm going to do tails and tails. So like this. Tails plus tails, okay. Then I'm going to do my last one, okay. So I've done tails and tails just then. Now I need heads and tails, okay. So then I'll write heads, heads and tails, okay. Alright, then once you have all your 3 headings, okay, so all your 3 types of headings, heads, heads, tails, tails, heads and tails, okay, once you have all those 3, we need to colour in to the boxes of the totals of each tallies, okay, for our headings. So in our first one you can see, heads and heads, that we recorded 6, didn't we, okay? So you need to grab the same colour that you wrote it in. Then you need to colour in 6 boxes, okay? Up to 6. Okay, so you can go like this. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now you need to be really careful on this one because you do not want to go into the 7. Okay, so you really need to be careful not to go in the 7. Okay, so last one. Careful not to colour in number 7. Okay. Because our total is 6, okay? So, you can colour that box in nice and neat, okay? Alright, so I've got little gaps here. I'm just going to colour in all the little gaps, like that. Oh, I'm trying not to go over too far into where the numbers are. Trying to be really careful, make your bars really nice and neat. Okay, so I'm just going to go like that. Okay. And alright. Cool. So that is my first bar. Okay. So it goes all the way up to 6. See how it says 6 there? And it stops in the 6. Because I shaked and released and got 6 altogether, okay? Alright, so that's my 6 heads and heads. Now, I need to have a look at my tails and tails. Okay, so I have a total in my tally of 5 tails and tails. So, again, I need to grab my colour and I need to colour in up to 5. Okay, so 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I need to go up there. So another way you can do it is start at the top. Okay, so I've got 5, making sure that I'm not going into 6 because I didn't roll or shake and release 6, did I? Then colour in all the way down, okay? Now make sure not to go over into the other boxes, okay? As then people will get confused, okay? So you need to be nice and neat. Okay. Now, not very good. Going in. Okay, yep. So, got almost there. Okay, and the bottom. And the top. Okay, make sure we're not going in the other one too. Nice and neat. Cool. There you go. See? Now, do you notice that there's one box missing here? Well, it's not really missing. It's only because our result was 5. Okay? So it was one less. Tails and tails was one less than heads and heads. So see how it's gone down? Like that. Okay? That's what bar graphs look like. Okay? So next one, we had a result, our tally of 10. Whoa. So that's going to be a lot. So our heads plus tails was 10. So it's going to go all the way up to here. Okay, so you need to line them up, okay, with 10. So I'm going to start with this one here, okay? Alright. Now, once you've coloured in all your bars, like I have done, have a look and compare all of them, okay? So I'm going to compare heads and heads with tails and tails. So I know that there are 6 in this one, and there are only 5 in this one, okay? And it looks a little bit smaller. Now if I'm going to compare tails and tails with heads and tails, I know there's a big difference in there, don't I? Okay? And when you colour them in, make sure you coloured all the boxes in and make sure you've coloured in the right amount so you can count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? So I had 10 heads and tails. Okay? See how there's a number over here, 10, lines up with the bar graph over there. Okay? Alright. So, you need to do different colours so you can see them clearly. Okay? And that is how you make your bar graph. Okay? Now ask yourself, which one was the smallest one, or the smallest amount, and which one was the biggest amount? Okay? And can you tell the difference between the biggest and the smallest? Okay, by looking at this graph. Okay. Have fun making your graphs.